You are now listening to the Q&E Podcast.
Is this what you want? Huh? Is this what you want? Well, come and get it, goddammit!
What's up, everybody? You're listening to the Q&E Podcast. You here with your boy Q Hicks right now. I got Edgar on the other line. Edgar, tell the people what's good.
What's up, everybody? We got a new sports pod for y'all today. We got a lot of stuff to cover. The NBA Finals are now over. The longest basketball season in history has come to an end, so we're going to cover that. We got a lot of NFL Week 5 stuff to cover. Rays, possibly a sweep with the Houston Astros on their way to the World Series. So it's a lot to cover, so let's go ahead and dive on into it.
Man, I guess we can start it off with the NBA Finals, man. It was a tough Sunday night, and that's all I would say. It was a lot of Laker love on my TL. I didn't really know what to say. I had that whole Monday and the first part of Tuesday. I couldn't even get on Twitter because my TL was just filled with this shit, and I'm going through it over here, my nigga. We was 2 wins away from a Finals championship, and we were 2 wins away. And I just seen too much Laker love on my TL. I ain't no Bron hater or nothing like, but it was just too much, man.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's the team. That's the team at the end of the day. So, hey, you gonna hurt regardless. I was hurt too, but I was hurt less than you because I'm my favorite player.
Because you was the main person I was seeing on my TL when they.
I was celebrating Bron. I wasn't celebrating the Lakers. I was celebrating Bron. It's a whole different thing. A whole different thing.
Not a whole different thing. Y'all yes, Lakers fans at the end of the day, man.
It's a whole different thing.
Man, but I was hurt, man. Congratulations to the Lakers, man. Y'all definitely deserve that win, man. Shout out to Bron. AD got his first ring. Rondo got another ring. And shout out to Rondo, too. 2 best franchises with the Celtics and with the Lakers. Championship ring.
The only player to do that.
Do you think he should be a Hall of Famer? That was the conversation after the ring. Do you think Rondo was a Hall of Famer?
Now he got 2 rings. He's on the all-time list with They showed it throughout this series. He's on the all-time list of something. I can't remember. Playoff assist. So you're in the all-time list of playoff assists. You got 2 rings. Both of your rings are with the most historical franchises in the NBA. I wouldn't be surprised if they put him in. So you can make an argument that he shouldn't be in, but I wouldn't be surprised if they put him in.
Rondo's definitely getting in that thing. Rondo getting in that thing for sure. Dwight Howard was already getting in, but it's even more solidified with this championship ring.
And a lot of people be forgetting Dwight Howard was really that dude before he got with LA. It's just he had those gap years of like bouncing from team to team, not really finding his success after Orlando. But once he got his body right, slimmed down, got more lean and more muscle, and then
he stopped wanting the ball.
He stopped wanting the ball so much.
That was the key point.
That was a real big key point.
Because he was always that athletic dude that can block shots, but he just wanted touches when the NBA was going away from that. So that's why he was getting bouncing from team to team to team, and nobody really wanted him. When he got with the Lakers, he was just run and jump, basically. Hey, block the shots on the defensive end, catch these oops, my boy. That's all we need. We don't need you getting no touches. Not too many. We'll throw it to you once in a while, but don't get used to the touches. So he embraced his role. So shout out to Dwight Howard as well.
Shout out to Danny Green too. I know we was all ragging on him after that performance. Huh?
Y'all was on him. I didn't say anything.
I was on him for 1 day. And then after that, I was like, all right. I think you see me tweet. I was like, all right, we can stop the jokes now. Like, let's not act like Danny Green ain't no champion and he ain't solid. Like, we know this. Like, he just had.
I already knew it was too much before the finals because they was already clowning him and he was getting clowned. But once he started getting death threats and all that crazy shit, his wife or his fiance,
that's never necessary.
It's like, bro, what is going on? And Danny Green is one of the first people to come out in the NBA at least and say, I have been battling with mental health. He was one of the first people. Yeah. So it's just like, damn, you know he battling with mental health, and then you're going to put death threats on top of that. That's pretty damn wild, bro. For missing a 3-pointer in a game, in a childhood basketball game, that shit is crazy, bro.
And they still had seconds after that shot to still score, and Markieff Morris, threw it out of bounds instead of throwing it to somebody else, even though LeBron was wide open. So it's like Danny Green took most of the blame, and Markieff Morris kind of got swept under the rug when a lot of blame should have been on him too in that situation.
That is the same thing that happened to J.R. Smith with that whole he forgot what time it was situation. Nobody talks about the fact that George Hill missed the free throw that could have put them up 1. Nobody talks about the missed free throw. Everybody talks about J.R. Smith forgetting what the clock was, what the time was. Everybody remembers the futility, but not the missed free throw. Shit crazy, dog. Look at the whole picture. Give it some context or something, bro.
And Danny Green is now one of the 4 people. It's Bron, Danny Green, Robert Horry, and can't remember the other person. But it's only 4 people to win a title with 3 different teams. And Danny Green is one of those people. So Danny Green shut everybody up. Game 6, he hit a few shots, had a few points to his name in the last game of the series, and he took a picture and put it on his IG and said, "What y'all gonna say now?"
This is what I want to say, bro. And I want to go back to that Dwight Howard point. Dwight Howard, just off his Orlando years, was a Hall of Famer right there. I hate that he kept being questioned past it. He was a Hall of Famer just off.
Well, I was questioning him so much past it because I felt like he was truly ring chasing when he went to LA the first time with Kobe. Like, he went there on some "I'm finally finna start winning" type shit, and Kobe was
before,
like,
so I wouldn't call it ring chasing.
Well, he had that mindset of, I just know I'm finna get a ring. And Kobe had to look at him and straighten him like, bro, just because you playing with me, that don't mean you just finna coast and get one. Like, you going to have to put the work in. And I feel like discipline was a big factor in what kept Dwight bouncing from team to team as well, other than the fact that the game was steering away from his style of play.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, man, because I said that because everything, all the accolades that he racked up. Man, he probably had 5-6 All-Stars when he was with Orlando. He was a 3-4-time defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? He was
on the NBA team. He was on the NBA team like 5 times. He was the best center in
the league for a long period of time. So it's just like I said, just off his Orlando years, 2005 to 2012, whenever he left, that 7-year stretch was Hall of Fame. Grant Hill is put into the Hall of Fame for a 5-year, 6-year stretch that he had with the Pistons. So you better be damn sure that Dwight Howard was going to get in just off his.
Yeah, Dwight Howard getting in.
Yeah. So it was, like I said, it was solidified with this championship, but he should have already been getting in before that. But I do want to talk about my Miami Heat before we move on, bro. Because Jimmy Butler put on a hell of a performance, man. 2 huge games, put LeBron-esque.
Left it all on the floor.
Left it all.
And I tell y'all, this man left every sweat, blood, tear on the floor. I feel like that's honestly why he was gassed out the way he was Sunday. Because it's like, bro, after those 2 games you put up, what more could you ask for?
47 minutes.
47 minutes. Like, crazy. What more could you ask for, bro? It's like you left it on the floor, bro. Like, all I can do is applaud that, bro. I can't take nothing away from that. And he was in the gym the day after the finals ended. Like, Monday and Tuesday, he been in the gym recently.
I found out that picture was capped. That picture was capped.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. That was
because I ain't check out his actual story.
Yeah, it wasn't real. But still, he's that type of dude, though, that would still be in the gym after that, though. So
definitely.
Shout out to Jimmy Butler, put on a hell of a performance, and he has solidified his top 10 spot. He is a superstar. You can't question Jimmy Butler no more, and I will not tolerate any Jimmy Butler slander from now on. After what I see him do against LeBron while guarding him and giving him buckets, or giving the whole Lakers team buckets, no Jimmy Butler slander from now on.
And pulling the will from that Heat team to win Game 3 the way they did, when you got Dragic hurt, you got Bam hurt, and you're not 100% either. Yeah, you gotta get top 10 in the league right now. Respect. That's the respect you get right now.
And look at his squad, bro. LA was filled with nothing but veterans. They had Markieff Morris veteran, Dwight veteran, AD veteran. Man, he's playing with nothing but young boys. Nunn first year, Robinson first year, Hero first year, Bam is still young. And then you had, but you did have veterans like Crowder, but most of the core was young that you playing with. And he was willing this team to victory. And I was telling my pops, I'm like, bruh, I can give you a nice, clean argument that Jimmy Butler is the best leader in the NBA. And I don't even think it's a hot take. I think it's an argument. I think there's an argument that he's the best leader. Most people will say Chris Paul. Most people will say Chris Paul. But Chris Paul has not shown me that in the playoffs. What he just shown me. How he can will a team like that, man.
Do you feel it's because Chris Paul has not a decency, but a tendency to get hurt, which kind of like throws off the balance of how the team plays?
Nah, because even when he didn't get hurt, he was still coming up short. Because I remember series against San Antonio, probably 2013, when he was in his prime. And you already know those Clippers teams were stacked, and he wasn't getting the job done. So I can't give him the excuse of, he was getting hurt. But in that Rocket series, I always give him a pass. And I think, personally, they would have won that series, the one that was up 3-2 against the Warriors. I think they would have won that championship. Yeah. I think they would have won the championship that year. But that's the only
I agree with you, though. Chris Paul, Bron, and Jimmy Butler are the top 3 leaders for me right now in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure. You always got to put Bron up there, man. But what I seen, how he willed that young team, Bron needs vets. Bron needs vets around him. How he willed a young team to 6 games with the Lakers and Bron. So impressive to me, bro. So I can't.
When I called this when I called this series going 6, I didn't picture it this way. I didn't picture it in heroic fashion the way Jimmy Butler did. I just pictured a hard-fought 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, and then 3-2 ended up being 4-2. I pictured it like that. Mm-hmm. And it low-key did happen like that, but not in the way that I expected. So the fact that Jimmy Butler did exactly what you said and led this young team to 6 games against the Lakers, the LA team that wasn't even quote unquote supposed to be there, that's crazy to me.
They going through their whole coaching situation right now, man, and I'm really interested to see who they go with. The Clippers, I'm speaking of, because they say Jeff Van Gundy's in the conversation, Tyronn Lue, Sam Cassell, and some assistant out of Memphis.
Well, Jeff Van Gundy had that interview with Houston today.
Yeah, he has multiple offers on the table, Jeff Van Gundy does. I'm really interested who they go with, because I was thinking like this. Would you want somebody that was on the coaching staff that folded during that series? Even though the coaching staff really doesn't get the blame, they were a part of that 3-1 blowing that we seen throughout that Nugget series. So would you want somebody from that team to come back next season to coach the team, or would you want a fresh voice, somebody that you haven't seen before, just something new around you?
I mean, it wouldn't be anything wrong with having somebody who's already been there, because they've seen it. They know the system. They've seen the flaws. They know the good parts already. So it's never wrong to have somebody who's had the experience, whether it's losing or winning. But there's nothing wrong with getting a new face in there at the same time, because if you get a new face, you get probably a new system that goes against the system that you previously had that could possibly work better. So I feel like there's no wrong answer with that. It just depends on who you get if you get an experienced person.
Yeah. If I'm the Clippers, man, I got to get Ty Lue in there. Got to get Ty Lue. Even after what I just said, I got to get Ty Lue in there, man, most definitely. And I need Sam Cassell to get a head coaching job, bro. He's been an assistant for way too long not to have a coaching job by now, bro.
I totally agree.
Got to get a coaching job, man. And I'll dive into that question later. Okay, let's dive into the NFL Week 5 recap. First game, Raiders versus the Chiefs. You called this one too, bro. Real slip like your picks of the week. So this is the question I will ask you, bro. After seeing that game, 42-34, and the Chiefs the past few weeks have been looking real vulnerable. So are the Chiefs team who we think they are? Are they really the Super Bowl contenders that we think they are?
They're definitely still they won last year. So until somebody else wins, they're still the reigning champs, and they are the team to beat. Regardless of how shaky they look week from week, if they still keep winning, they're the team to beat. But right now, what we're seeing from them, I do see flaws in the defense here and there, to where they're kind of looking like how they looked 2 years ago before they made it to the Super Bowl, when the defense was the biggest flaw of the team. But I feel like with Patrick Mahomes basically playing like the Michael Jordan of football right now, it's like it's going to be hard to knock this Chiefs team off, no matter how many holes are in the defense right now, because they can still run the scoreboard up on you. And if you get into a shootout, 9 times out of 10, the Chiefs are going to win. But this was a game where the Raiders had the better defense and they had the better strategy. And I feel like that's why the Raiders pulled out with that win.
This is what I will say, bro. I won't say Patrick Mahomes has been figured out, but I think teams are starting to see something in the film that is a Patrick Mahomes weakness. Because the past 3 weeks, Patrick Mahomes never gets blitzed anymore. He never gets blitzed. They just They rush 4 and drop 7 or 8 in coverage. So everybody is guarded, everybody is blanketed, and they let him sit back there in the pocket and wait until somebody gets open.
I've noticed that too.
And that's what's really affecting him right now. They're dropping everybody. So they like, yeah, you can run all around all you want to, but you're not going to find nobody. We're going to drop everybody back in zone, everybody in coverage. And it looks like it's really affecting him. I think the Patriots started it off, and then the past couple of weeks after that, we're starting to see the same thing with those teams.
And I think the reason they're doing that is because although Patrick Mahomes can use his legs, and he's not necessarily slow, but he's not one of the fastest quarterbacks that you got to run after either. So like you said, I'd rather give up 4 or 5 yards of you running than a 20 to 30-yard touchdown pass every other throw. So I feel like I do agree with you on that. They have found his number on that. But I feel the talent of Patrick Mahomes is just so great that even if you spot a weakness, he's still going to give it to you regardless because the talent is just that good.
Yeah. And I would say this, bro. And this is why I don't consider Patrick Mahomes a dual threat quarterback because he doesn't want to run. Even though he might see an opening or something like that when they're dropping 8, he'll wait back there until somebody breaks open. He really doesn't want to run unless
he doesn't have that desire to.
Exactly, bro. And that's something that could hinder him if they keep doing this moving forward. If he doesn't want to run when there's running lanes, when everybody dropping 8, it's like, hey, man, they giving it to you. Are you going to take it now?
Yeah.
It's like we're going to have to see about that. So because that's one way that he can stop the dropping 8 coverage. So we're going to have to see, though. And the next question is the Raiders legit?
Yeah, I told you this.
No,
why is everybody so shocked?
I love the Raiders. And I'm not saying playoff contenders legit. I'm talking about Super Bowl contenders legit.
Oh, no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. No.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No, time out. No, I got John Gruden still winning Coach of the Year, and I can definitely see the Raiders making the playoffs. But Super Bowl, nah. Now, talk to me. If they keep doing what they're doing now around like week 8 or 9, I might give you that nod. I ain't gonna lie. So we'll wait till then. We'll wait till like a game or 2 after the halfway point of the season, and I'll tell you then if I think they're Super Bowl contenders or not. But as of right now, no, you going too far with that.
Hell no, they ain't contenders, man. Not Super Bowl contenders. I love the Raiders, love John Gruden, I love Derek Carr. And Derek Carr put on a hell of a show. Y'all still sleep on Derek Carr. I've been telling y'all about Carr. He got the weapons now, too. Got Darren Waller, got Henry Ruggs, got some nice little wide receivers over there.
Ruggs was showing out, too.
Ruggs was showing his ass. And he got Josh Jacobs back there. And he got
right.
And the offensive line is probably the best offensive line in the league. So he has everything that he needs to flourish in Oakland, bro. It's just, can the defense hold somebody down so we can outscore them? Because they have the pieces to outscore you. So everybody just had to stay healthy, bro. But I think Derek Carr is a competent and good enough quarterback to push this team to.
I agree. As long as he stays healthy, he can make that case top 10 QB in the league again. He could definitely do that.
Yeah. All right, bro. Let's move on to Bills versus Titans. The Tanny Wagon had to put the foot up their ass last night, man. Tanny had stuck it up there real deep, man. What's going on with them Bills, man? It's only one game, so I don't want to overreact. But how do you feel about the Bills last night?
It's only one game. Somebody was going to lose that night. So I ain't got no words for it. They were both undefeated, both playing phenomenal up until that point. And Josh Allen, he had a couple flaws last night and just really didn't really know what to do.
He looked like last year's Josh Allen, honestly.
Yeah, like he didn't really know what to do against that Titans defense, and it's nothing to turn your nose up at, so I can't blame him too much. But at the end of the day, I got high expectations for Josh, so I ain't going to cut him no slack. Definitely could have played better. Josh Norman, you done had too many highlights like this, boy. This is like your 3rd or 4th highlight of your career you got like this. It's not looking good for you. So, the Titans were just a better team. Ryan Tannehill did what he had to do. Derrick Henry gonna be Derrick Henry and bully everybody. So I still think they're both contenders for the Super Bowl for the AFC anyway. I still got the Ravens, the Bills, and the Titans as the 3 teams that can potentially make the Super Bowl
contenders
in the AFC. Yeah, they got a chance. The Steelers are sneaking their way into there quietly. But Bills, I still got the Bills as Super Bowl contenders right now.
I already predicted that these Titans gonna make it to the Super Bowl. But I'm glad that y'all finally started to hop on the Tanny bandwagon. Now I seen Cowherd today trying to hop all on the Tanny bandwagon, how Baltimore and Tennessee not that different or whatever. And I'm like, damn.
Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Nah, he was reaching with that.
He wasn't really reaching.
Yes, how? Explain how he wasn't.
Valid points.
What was the point?
Did you see the list that he showed you?
No, I ain't watched I ain't watched Coward today.
Oh man, he was saying in the last 17 games, Tannehill and Lamar Jackson stats identical. Even the rushing yards, rushing TDs, identical. And the defense for the Titans has looked better than the Ravens. And we've seen it in the playoffs.
I can understand that. Yeah.
And we've seen it in the playoffs how the Titans just smashed the Ravens anyway. So the Titans, I think in my rankings, they will be above these Ravens after what I've seen this week.
If you put them above the Ravens, I wouldn't argue that. To say they're damn near the same team, no, I wouldn't say that at all.
I would agree.
The Titans seem more fundamentally sound, especially with the way they run the ball, than the Ravens.
Yeah, because the Ravens are not conventional. They're not conventional with their running game, but it's still the same thing. They're run heavy teams, and they're only going to pass if they have to. That was basically the point he was making. And their defenses are going to hold you down for the most part, both Baltimore and Tennessee. But what we've seen in the playoff matchup, Tennessee had the upper hand. And I think if they were to play again next week, Tennessee would still have the upper hand. Because I think Lamar is more popular than Tannehill. But y'all sleep on the Tanny now. Y'all sleep on the Tanny. I'm telling y'all, 4 TDs last night. He's starting to get into that MVP conversation. Josh Allen falling out. The Tanny wagon, the bandwagon is open, is all I would say. The bandwagon.
Hey, I ain't gonna deny what you're saying. They Super Bowl contenders for sure. So
because you got to think, bro, Derrick Henry hasn't even been going crazy this season.
Yeah, he just hasn't been fucking up, basically. Like just do what you're supposed to do.
He get like 70, 80 yards a game, nothing crazy, nothing like he always does better in the second half of the season. Like he always does better second half of the season and the playoffs. That's when he does it. Early part of the season, he does it. So
I think it's because his body is so durable. Like he can endure a lot because of how big and strong he is than other players, specifically running backs throughout the season. You hardly see that many running backs have such a flourishing second half of the season the way he usually does.
And the fact that players are tired of tackling. They don't want to tackle that man late into the season. After you tackled him for 10 weeks, you got to run up against this dude? Man, especially
if you're a team with playoff hopes and you have a Super Bowl possibility. You don't want to hurt nobody. You don't want nobody to injure themselves trying to tackle him no more. So yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, man. And then all I gotta say is, and this is how I really feel about the Bills. The Bills are pretenders. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, I'll remember that.
The Bills are pretenders, man.
The same way I'm waiting for the Raiders for the second half of the season. You can wait for the Bills. Those are two teams we're gonna wait for.
They're pretenders. Moving on, bro. We got the Chargers versus the Saints. Justin Herbert showed his ass on Monday.
Yes, sir.
4 touchdowns, was getting loose. Drew Brees was doing his thing, too. I ain't even going to hate on Drew Brees. Drew Brees was getting off, too, man. It was a showdown on Monday night, man. But is Justin Herbert the next quarterback star, man? Is he the next one? Is he going to be in that Drew Brees, Tom Brady conversation, like top 5 QB in the next couple of years?
Oh, yeah. As far as that, I thought you meant like as far as setting records and stuff. That I don't know. But as far as being a top 5 QB in the league in the next couple of years, wouldn't say top 5, top 10 for sure right now. But from what I've seen right now, I could definitely say top 10. I told y'all as soon as he got drafted, Justin Herbert, most slept on quarterback in the draft. And when he got his time to shine, I hate the way Tyrod Taylor got taken out with this punctured lung shit. Like, I don't even want to get started on that. So,
hey, conspiracy. David Wilson was on the pod. David Wilson was on the pod literally an hour ago, and he has a conspiracy that they did that on purpose just to get Justin Herbert in the game and into the system, bro.
If that were to be true, because at the end of the day, it's a conspiracy, but if that were to be true, I hate the fact that he got in that way. But nonetheless, he got in, and he's not a detriment to the team at all whatsoever. So he's putting up the numbers that he's supposed to put up that I predicted he would do. I predicted him to do this well. So the fact that he went toe-to-toe with the Chiefs the way he did and the Saints, he's showing veteran, like 2-3 year in the game already status, and he only a rookie.
And you know what this shows me about this Chargers team? Because they're still the Chargers at the end of the day. Because you seeing how they lost the game, like that's
Right.
real deal, typical Chargers fashion. How they lost the game.
Hey, that kicker got the nickname Money something. I'm like,
Money
how?
Badger.
First off, you nicknamed yourself that. So I think they said he nicknamed himself that. Whether he did or didn't, you ain't gonna have money in your nickname, and you don't have that type of consistency. Like, no, that's
He
not
usually good though, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Badgley usually that dude when it come to kicks. He just folded on Monday night. He usually good with the kicks.
He folded twice.
He folded twice. No.
Like,
No.
twice.
He folded, yeah, but he's usually knocked down. But this is what I would say. Because the Chargers team is the same team from last year. And this team looks completely different, way more explosive than last year. Phillip Rivers was holding this team back last year, and he is holding back the Colts this year. Get that man off of a football field, man. Are we not seeing this? The Colts should be way better than they are right now, and the Chargers look way more promising than they did with dry-ass Phillip Rivers. Get that man off of a football field, man, please.
I will admit, and I hate to say this, because I like Phillip. I don't got no problem with Phillip, but I was wrong. I'm not saying it twice.
That's all I wanted to say.
I'm not saying it twice. I'm not saying it twice. So I hope you heard it that time.
That's all I wanted to hear, bro. It's not even that he's not good right now, because I still have a problem with the Hall of Fame shit. And I will continue to be stuck on this shit. How people think he's a Hall of Fame guy. I know you already said your piece on it. We're not going to dive into that conversation. But that's why I'm less like, damn, niggas really say this dude a Hall of Fame and he looking like this? He been looking like this for a minute too. So I'm like, man, dog, I don't know if he that dude. And I think he was holding back the Chargers. The Chargers still have a trash record, but they just look way better and way more explosive with Herbert at quarterback.
I agree.
So I like what I'm saying. The Saints put up a great game. Like I said, Drew Brees looked great. And I think that was it for that game. Moving on is the Colts and the Browns. I already gave my piece on Rivers. But are the Browns Super Bowl contenders?
No, I don't know why you keep saying Super Bowl. Say something more realistic.
No. Because I will say this, bro. It's always a surprise team, feels like, in the AFC that gets to the AFC title game. And it's not going to be the Chiefs, the Ravens, or whoever you think gonna get there. It's always a surprise team where you like, damn, it was the Titans last year. Ain't nobody predicting the Titans to get to the AFC title game.
You're right.
A couple years before that, it was Jacksonville. Who the hell would have predicted Jacksonville?
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't understand that at all.
And they should have won the game. So it's just like, bro, it's always a surprise team, feels like, in the AFC that gets to the AFC title game, bro. So that's why every time I ask you, are they Super Bowl contenders? Can you potentially see this team getting to the Super Bowl? Do they have the pieces that could click in the playoffs and could make a run? That's why I asked you about the Raiders, and that's why I asked you about the Cleveland. Do they have
unless Baker Mayfield does a complete 180 from what we've seen the past couple years, I still have to say no. Granted, they're playing great so far since this season has started, but I haven't been able to trust Baker Mayfield yet. I need to see more from him to be able to say I trust that this Browns team could be a surprise team in the Super Bowl or even the AFC Championship.
Mm-hmm. I would say this, bro. I would say the Raiders, no, to Super Bowl contenders, but I would say this about the Cleveland Browns. They have the formula like the Jacksonville's had and like the Tennessee had from last year. Because you got to remember, in the playoffs, I love the Tanny, but Tanny wasn't throwing that rock that much. It was Derrick Henry. Right. And Blake Bortles wasn't throwing that ball that much. It was Leonard Fournette. So I think that backfield is really going to carry them to the playoffs. And you have the weapons as well. So if you need to throw, you got the weapons in Landry and in Beckham. So it's on It's on Baker Mayfield just to not fuck it up. Really is what it is right now, because then you got everything around you. Your defense stacked. Myles Garrett is in MVP conversations. It's just don't fuck it up. Just like Tannehill, don't fuck it up. Blake Bortles, don't fuck it up. So that's the situation I feel like with the Browns. So I would say yes to Browns Super Bowl contenders, because I think they have the formula to eventually get to an AFC title game, to contend for a Super Bowl. So I would say yes, bro. I would say yes. Moving on, bro. I want to talk about this Michael Thomas altercation, bro. I already know you seen it, man.
I got a problem with dude.
And what, Michael Thomas?
He punched the former Gator. I got a problem with that. I found out who he punched. I was like, oh, he probably just got into it with somebody at practice. I found out it was Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I was like, whoa, we don't do that with Gators around here. You ain't just gonna be touching Gators for no reason.
Yeah, that's real. It's funny because this reminded me of back when Steve Smith had the same type of shit going on in Carolina. Steve Smith had a couple of altercations like this. Honestly, he punched the cornerback. I think he ended up breaking one dude's nose when he got into a fight with him. So it's like it kind of reminded me of the Steve Smith situation. Michael Thomas doesn't have that tough guy persona like a Steve Smith did. But when I heard the news, I was like, damn, Michael Thomas did that? He felt like a cool dude. His hair wouldn't really blow like that.
He just
and it's just like, that's kind of crazy. So he got suspended for one game, bro. Do you think it was worth him getting sat down by the team? Because Steve Smith had altercations like that, and they wasn't sitting him down because they knew he was key to them winning games. So do you think it was the right call?
Well, Steve Smith, that was a different time, was a different era of football. So I feel like the expectations and the punishments then are different than now. It may not be that different, but they were somewhat different because of the eras. So right now, considering that the Saints are trying to fight for the first spot in the division right now, because I think the Bucs, we got the same record as the Saints right now. Mm-hmm. So I do agree Michael Thomas is very important, but the fact that they still got the win over the Chargers without him, it shows that we could sit him down for one game and still be okay.
But they should have lost the game, though, bro.
They should have lost the game.
They should have lost it, so you would have been regretting it if they lost?
We can't base it on shoulda, coulda, wouldas. They won the game at the end of the day.
Nah.
I'm just telling you what other people going to say. You can't base it on shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Y'all won at the end of the day.
Man.
Would it have been better to have him on the field? Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
Like, y'all probably would have won by way more than what y'all did. But still got the dub either way.
That's a tough one, bro. That's a tough one. I don't think I would have sat him down for that. I would have had a conversation.
I would have fined him. I probably would have fined him.
Or sat him down for one game when he healthy. Nah, it's just like that's kind of.
Do you think it has something to do with who they played at the same time?
Nah, I don't. I think he would have did this if they played whoever. They would have played the Bucs. I think he would have sat him down. This wasn't an easy win, especially how you've been seeing Herbert been playing the past few games. You should have known it wasn't going to be an easy win. And a lot of people were picking the Chargers to win. So I don't even think Peyton's mindset was easy dub. We don't need Michael Thomas. I think his mindset was just, okay, you're messing up the locker room right now. You're not even on the field the last couple of weeks. Let's just keep you out. You can also rest while you're out because he's still coming back from an injury. And they're going into a bye week. So it's like you can get more rest. Don't play. Don't cause a distraction.
I ain't really mad at that. I ain't mad at that. You got to show discipline. That was like some real Bill Belichick type shit. The same way he took Malcolm Butler out years ago in that Super Bowl, and Malcolm Butler did not play in that Super Bowl.
Now that was some whole shit by Belichick. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to give Belichick that same excuse that Peyton did. Belichick pulled some whole shit, and it cost him a Super Bowl. It cost him a Super Bowl.
He did, but even though the principle should have been overshadowed in that moment, it's the principle at the end of the day of we're a team. If I feel like you're a detriment to the locker room at this moment, I'm not going to let you play. I'm going to sit you down. If you really are a detriment that much to where you're fighting your own teammates and like really causing that type of altercation, I'll sit you down. It don't matter if it's the Super Bowl or if it's week 5. Like, you're going to sit down. Do I personally agree with that? No, but I understand the principle.
We'll see. But Michael Thomas should be back in the next couple of weeks from the injury and altercation. Let's move on to the Atlanta Falcons, man.
We're not doing this. We're not doing
yes,
this.
sir.
No, I'm not talking about the Falcons. It's not.
We at least have to drop the news that they did fire their GM and the head coach.
They did what we expected them to do 2 weeks ago. Dan Quinn is gone. GM is gone. Cam going to Atlanta.
No, you're not getting that off.
Next topic. Next topic.
Nah, you ain't getting it off. Hey, shout out to my man Black. My man Black was jumping for joy this weekend, dog. My man was jumping.
Talking about the Falcons right now. Oh my God.
Sir. We're gonna dive into Matt Ryan a little later. Wait for that. All right, bro. Let's dive into this Dak injury, man. Real gruesome scene on Sunday against the Giants game. Definitely prayers up, thoughts and prayers to Dak, man. Definitely a devastating loss, especially after the season he was having, getting a whole lot of yards. Looked like he was gonna get a contract. Still might get the contract. But how did you feel? What was your first reaction after watching the injury?
Literally leading up to that play, I was tweeting and making jokes about how I really was saying how, like, damn, I need the Giants to win because the Bucs lost, the Gators lost, somebody else had lost that weekend. And I was like, the only thing I need to make me happy this weekend is if the Cowboys lose. Somehow, some way, y'all need to make this happen. And it was like 2 plays where the Cowboys got saved, and I was just making a bunch of jokes. And then literally right after that, Dak went down. I seen the injury happen in live speed, and then I seen the replay. And I was like, damn, bro, I don't care who you are. You never want a player to get hurt like that. You never want to see even your rival team. You never want that to happen for a player. So to see that happen, to see the tears in his eyes, because he just knew. He knew it was over. He was like, I'm out for the season.
Down in his leg and said, yeah.
Yeah, it was a gruesome injury. They played that replay one time, and that was it after that. So to see the Cowboys come out on the field, to see the Giants show respect, to see Jason Garrett, who now coaches with the Giants, he was one of the first people over there to go to Dak because he spent those first couple years with Dak. So to see Dak get shown that love, that was just good for me. I was like, regardless of how you feel about the pace situation with him in Dallas, all that go out the window. Right now, it's a human being hurt on the field, and I love the way they show love.
And I think that was the most impressive thing about that whole situation was how the Cowboys reacted, because you would have thought they got hurt how they were reacting, man. It's like they really lost their leader, man. And I think that's going to play a huge factor moving forward when it gets to actually paying him. Because you've seen the reaction from other teammates. Like, they look for this man.
Like, they broke down. Like, as soon as they seen that he wasn't getting back up, they broke down completely. Like, they damn near lost hope for the game almost.
Yeah. So, it's just like, I think Jerry Jones seen that and is finally going to pay Dak Prescott after seeing that he is a huge leader, because he's going to be out 4 to 6 months. But he should be back to full health, as close to full health as possible after the injury, man. But this is what I will say about the pay situation, though, and the franchise tag in general. This is why players don't like the franchise tag, and this is why Dak don't want to play on the franchise tag. But Dallas keeps playing this game because this is what you risk.
Right.
Because if Dak couldn't play again anymore, if this was career-ending injury, Dak is left with nothing to really secure. Yeah, he got this franchise tag money, but nothing past that. Nothing like he could have gotten. Because you want to play this game, play this dance with this contract game with him. For what? Well, you know you're going to end up getting the money anyway. So it's like, man, this is why niggas don't like the franchise tag. That's why they got to get rid of the franchise tag in general, bro. It's a no-win for anybody except for the billion-dollar owners, bro.
I agree.
Extend you with the money. So it's like, man, we got to get rid of that franchise tag, dog, because shit like this could happen at any time, especially in this type of game, bro. Got to get that type of shit out, man. We need that to be secure when playing this game, bro. It's too dangerous, dog. Way too dangerous.
And I've been saying since before the season started, I feel like Andy Dalton would become the starting quarterback of the Cowboys, but in no way, shape, or form did I want it to happen this way. So when I seen Andy Dalton finally step out there, I even tweeted. I was like, damn, like, I made jokes about this, like, throughout the season, but I didn't expect it to happen this way. Like, especially when Dak started playing a little bit better, like, I want to say around game 2 or game 3. And I even said on the pod a few weeks ago, I was like, hey, he's showing me he worth the money that he asking for right now, so keep it up. And then to see him go down like that was just crazy, man. I was hurt the rest of that Sunday. I didn't even want to watch the rest of that game, honestly.
Yeah, man. Real tough. And it's funny because Alex Smith return from a gruesome leg injury that he endured a couple of years back on the same day that Dak gets hurt. So it's crazy, that irony, man. So Alex Smith got his first bit of action.
All of the injuries this season have been crazy. I don't think we've ever seen such a injury-filled type football season like this before.
No preseason.
Yeah, no preseason, barely any training camp or anything like that. So,
especially with the ACLs, all of the lower body injuries are attributed to not warming up, not stretching, and no practicing real game speed action. That's what the ACL injuries are alluding to. So no preseason, not having those couple of games, 2-3 games to get used to the game speed is killing them. And that's why you're seeing everybody get the ACL lower body injuries right now, bro. So we need a preseason. I know nobody liked the preseason, but everybody sees now that it is definitely needed moving forward.
That's why I said don't get rid of it completely. I say just lower it to 2 games. Do we need 4 whole preseason games? No. Two preseason games, and then that's it.
Yeah. I definitely rock with that. But I want to just give a shout out to Alex Smith, bro. Like, after coming back from that injury and just playing in the game, he was getting sacked all night by Aaron Donald.
He didn't do that great. He only threw for 80 yards. That was about it.
I don't even think it was even that. When I looked at the box score, it was 30-something. But it don't even matter about the stats.
No, by the end of the game, he threw 78, 80 yards or something like that.
Okay. But by the end of the game, it wasn't even about the stats. It's like your offensive line trash, your weapons trash. We understand that. We said the same thing about Haskins. But it's the fact that you were honestly on the field after 12 surgeries they had to end up doing on his leg after it was damn near had to be amputated at one point. Like, he could have lost his life with this injury, and he's playing in the NFL again. So we got to give a huge applause to Alex Smith just for trying to play in the NFL and getting back to this point, man.
Definitely.
Congratulations. Definitely congratulations to Alex Smith. And moving forward, the NFL Pro Bowl has been canceled due to the coronavirus. But my question is, do we need the Pro Bowl at all?
I haven't cared about the Pro Bowl in
forever.
5-6 years. In at least 5 to 6 years, I have not cared for the Pro Bowl.
It will not be missed at all this season. We will not care.
At all.
We will not. It's funny because Cowherd brings this up a lot. And it's something I always remember. He always says the Pro Bowl gets better ratings and more viewers than the NBA Finals. And that shit blows me all the time.
I don't see how. I don't see how.
It don't make sense. How are you watching that trash, dog? I don't understand. Pro Bowl hasn't been good.
I've been saying for a while now that why do they do it before the Super Bowl? Why not do it after the Super Bowl? That would make so much more sense. That way you can get Super Bowl players in there. You can get all the people who weren't able to make the Super Bowl. That gives them that extra couple weeks to rest. So it's it's literally a true exhibition game. It's not we could possibly hurt ourselves before the Super Bowl for the Super Bowl players who would be able to contend and stuff like that. No, the season's completely over. We have a champion. Now everybody's eligible to play who is healthy enough to play. I feel like they should do it after the Super Bowl. That's the best thing to do.
And I also think it started going downhill once they started moving locations. When it was in Hawaii all the time, I felt like more players wanted to go when it was in Hawaii.
Definitely.
But when they started moving it to Arizona, Orlando, or Miami, it's just like, man, them regular places we can go anytime. Like, man, you really don't go to Hawaii that often, bro.
Right.
It was like, man, we trying to hit up Hawaii for the Pro Bowl. But when you started moving locations, this shit just don't hit the same. And they say the next one going to be in Vegas. Vegas is going to be cool, but it's still not going to be Hawaii at the same time. Yeah,
I agree. Being able to watch them in Hawaii every single year, that was cool to me. I was like, damn, they flying all the way over there to the islands. Like, that's what's up. So the fact that that's not a tradition anymore, I didn't like the way they, over the past few years, I say the past 10 years, they've been changing the color schemes and the jerseys. They even changed the names at one point, and it wasn't even AFC versus NFC. It was whatever name versus whatever name. I'm like, what the hell are y'all doing? Like, just it's certain things that just need to be traditional. Yeah. No matter what era is coming in, no matter what new generation is here, some things just really need to be traditional.
And that's facts. And that's facts, bro. Okay, let's move on to 2 Wild Wednesdays.
Yes. I see some of these. I'm ready for these. Let me get the polls up. What we got for this week, man?
It was a whole lot of wild shit. It was a whole lot of wild shit.
It was.
It was people trying to DM me too because they wanted to get posted on the page. They was like, "Hey man, post this right here." I'm like, "Hey,
we can start doing that. We can definitely start doing that."
Yeah, bro. So I definitely rock with the interaction. I definitely appreciate that. We definitely appreciate that. All right, so the first one is the Cowboys will not make the playoffs without Dak Prescott. Too wild or not too wild?
I think I voted too wild on that. I trust Andy Dalton. We seen what he was able to still produce with only AJ Green in the Bengals when he was there. So I feel like he's talented enough to lead a stat wide receiver group to the playoffs. Now, how far they go, whether they get past one game or not, I don't know right now. But they can definitely still make it, especially with how trash the division is.
I think the Cowboys make the playoffs because I think they will end up going more with the running game than they did with Dak. They were leaning on Dak way too much throughout.
And I tweeted after the game. No, I tweeted literally when Zeke scored his touchdown right after Dak got hurt. It was like 2 plays after Dak got hurt that Zeke scored. I was like, Zeke, you got to put the team on your back right now.
Yeah.
Got to.
Go along with the weapons. Andy Dalton is a serviceable to solid quarterback. It's like you could easily, especially like he just said, in the NFC East where I think Dallas just got their second win. So they're the only team with 2 wins at this point. It's just like it should be a cakewalk for y'all right now, especially giving Ezekiel Elliott the ball more. So definitely not too wild on that one. Ooh. Kevin Stefanski, which is the Browns head coach, will win Coach of the Year.
Ooh, too wild.
Now, you only said too wild because you want Gruden to get in.
I got Gruden winning it, so it's too wild.
No, boy, I'm giving that thing. I'm not too wild. But what I'm seeing, like I said, MVP with Myles Garrett, changing the offense, going with a more run base with the Browns, and you still getting OBJ his little 5 to 6 touches a game. Stefanski, Coach of the Year. He's making it work. Give it to Stefanski. The Raiders are legit Super Bowl contenders in the AFC.
I said too wild on there. Yeah.
Definitely too wild. We already talked about it. The 49ers made a mistake by not trying to sign Tom Brady.
Now, this is something that I did not agree with months ago when we talked about it, but now I voted not too wild, but I'm still torn. I'm torn between too wild and not too wild with that because it's on one hand, it's Brady. Like that's an automatic possible Super Bowl contention with at least within 2 years. Like that's a possible Super Bowl contention and victory if you play your cards right. But at the same time, Father Time is not on Brady's side right now. So staying young and trying to find something new, I can't fault you for that. So that's why I'm still on the fence. But I did vote not too wild for that.
Oh, yeah. And
based off of what I'm seeing now.
And I haven't been telling y'all the percentages. For the Cowboys, it was 54% not too wild. For the Stefanski one, it was 67% not too wild. And for the Raiders one, it was 70% too wild. And for this one, 62%, not too wild, my G, not too wild. And I agree, it's not too wild, especially after what you seeing with Jimmy G right now getting benched against the Dolphins after getting dusted by the Dolphins. I know Dolphins is up and coming, but getting dusted by them is crazy, bro. It's crazy.
I will admit, Jimmy G, I was for you during Super Bowl time, and I said you a game manager. Just manage the game. You are now out of that phase. You are now not allowed to be a game manager anymore. You have to step it up to the next level now. Like last season and in the Super Bowl, you were kind of able to be just a game manager because of the talent you had around you, but now you're dealing with injuries everywhere. Now you don't have Emmanuel Sanders anymore. So it's kind of like you got to step it up. You have no excuse but to step it up now. So game manager tag out of the window. I mean, they have weapons, but it's like, they definitely could get better.
Yeah, they can, but they have enough weapons that Jimmy G should be getting loose, and he's not. So I think Tom Brady will be getting loose with the weapons that they have right now. It's nothing that Brady could do about the defensive side of the ball because the defense still got hella injuries. Bosa, Thomas, I think Richard Sherman still hurt too. So it's nothing that he can do about that side of the ball. But offensively, they haven't been looking good all season, period. And I think Brady would have changed that. And I think you probably could have drafted a quarterback behind Brady this year, maybe, to get mentored by Brady, I would say. So I'd say not too wild. Next one. Aaron Donald will win Defensive Player of the Year and break the single-season sack record. How you feeling? Too wild, not too wild?
I said too wild with that because I got – you said he was going to win Defensive Player of the Year in that?
And get the sacks record, yep.
I said that was too wild because I got Tre'Davious White winning Defensive Player of the Year. But I don't think it's too wild for him breaking a single-season sack record. I don't think that's too wild.
Let me see. I'm trying to look at that boy's sacks right now. Let me see.
So I say half of that for me was too wild, and half of it wasn't too wild.
Yeah, because, he had 4 sacks
Mm-hmm.
Against Washington. Oh, that's how he got up there.
Yeah.
He got – yeah, that's why. Okay, so he's at 7.5.
He was eating that O-line up, boy. I was like, damn.
Okay, so he's at 7.5 sacks right now.
Just imagine lining up in front of that man every play. Like you just
obviously it wasn't good for the.
You just know it ain't finna end right, man.
Damn, bro. So shout out to him. They say he's on pace to break the record, which is at 22, and I think he's on pace for like 23.
He could definitely do that.
Especially how he plays. So I put not too wide. I think he can get it. Even though I think Myles Garrett is somebody who is high up there in the MVP conversation and is probably the leading candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. I think Donald will get more sacks than Garrett. And I think that's what people look at more when it comes to the Defensive Player of the Year races. Moving on. DK Metcalf is the best wide receiver in the league right now. Too wild or not too wild?
That's not too wild because I put that poll up right after the Seattle and who they played.
You said top 3.
Top 3. No, but I'm saying like I agree with that post still because the reason I made that was because in my head I was like he low-key the best receiver in the league right now, but let me just say top 3 for the poll so that way it don't sound too crazy. But I agree right now he the top receiver in the league. I don't see nobody else other than D-Hop. D-Hop looking nice right now, but I give it to Metcalf right now. And I'm glad we on this topic because let me say this before you talk. Hot take. DK Metcalf.
Don't say what I think you about to say.
Metcalf.
Do not say what you're about to say. I know what you're about to say.
No, you don't. You don't know what I'm going to say.
It's so disrespectful. Do not say what I think you're about to say.
DK Metcalf will be this generation's Metcalf.
No!
He will be this.
Saying that. Stop
he will be. No. DK Metcalf will be this generation's Calvin Johnson.
No. I'm not agreeing. I'm not agreeing at all, bro.
The size, the similar speed, the hands, and the strength. Tell me that don't remind you of Calvin Johnson. Tell me it doesn't. Yeah, you better open your eyes, bro. I see. I'm telling you right now.
I agree that he's a top 3 receiver. But to put him up with a great like Megatron. I'm
saying for this generation. That's the
generation. This nigga Megatron is this generation.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's
Megatron
not.
just retired a couple years ago.
Okay, so he's not this generation. What are you talking about?
He is this generation. 3 years ago is not. What are you talking about? Metcalf
finna be in the league for like the next 10 years. Like, so he's this generation's Megatron.
Get out of here. I don't agree.
Man.
Too wild on that tape. Too wild on that tape.
It's a hot tape, but it's wild on that tape. Time. I bet I get people. This is gonna be the clip that we put. This is gonna be the clip that we put.
Too wild. I seen that somewhere. I don't know who tweeted it or who retweeted it, but I seen that before, and that's why I knew you was about to say.
I didn't even see that tweet. I thought this on my own.
I seen a tweet that said that same thing, and I said, hell no. They disrespect. You gotta understand.
It's not disrespectful.
You gotta understand. Just because somebody has the same height and the same speed does not mean that he's going to be on the same
not just height and speed,
level
bro.
as him. Yes, it is. Y'all comparing them because of their size and speed.
And I'm seeing the same ability, bro. When it comes to the route running, with the way he can catch on multiple people, you can't tell me
they don't even have the same type of game.
Man,
he can't go up and get that ball like Calvin Johnson. You ain't gonna tell me that.
He's showing it similarly.
You ain't gonna tell me that. He's a great. Go ahead.
It's not the exact same. Like, obviously, Calvin Johnson nobody can do it like him, but DK Metcalf the closest thing to that. You can't deny that. You can't deny that, bro. You can't.
You're changing your statement.
No, I'm not.
You said the closest thing. You went from saying next, the closest thing.
He's the next generation. He's this generation's Calvin Johnson. That's not saying he's literally Calvin Johnson. That's not saying that.
I still think
that's exactly how people say Kobe was this generation's Michael Jordan. Obviously, there's differences to where Jordan can still be deemed better, but you can't say Kobe wasn't this generation's Michael Jordan. So I feel like DK Metcalf will be this generation's Calvin Johnson.
So you're telling me that DK Metcalf will be a top 5 receiver, top 10 receiver of all time by the end of his career.
No, I'm just.
Then why are we having this conversation?
No, I'm talking.
Why are we having this combo?
I'm talking off pure talent. Like, I'm talking
about
pure
size and speed.
No, but you throwing in, will he be this at the end of his career? No, I'm talking about pure talent of what we're seeing him play like right now. It reminds you of Calvin Johnson. Now, in the next 5 years, if you ask me, do I think he'll be like top 10 receiver or whatever? I'll give a more definitive answer then. But he only in season 2 right now? So I'll wait till,
I said 2 or 3. I don't forgot.
Yeah, I think he's in season 2 right now. But catch me when he in year 5, I'll give a more definitive answer on whether I think he'll be that far in his career to be in the greats like that. But as of right now, bro, he reminds me of Calvin Johnson. Can't nobody tell me different. I guarantee you a lot more people agree with me.
I don't agree.
We'll put this clip.
We shouldn't be having this conversation if you don't think he will be a top 5 to top 10 receiver in all time. I don't think we should have this combo.
I mean, it's still early in his career. I don't know if I want to give that tag.
What do you think?
Right now, I don't know if he'll be a top 5, top 10 receiver in the league.
But with Calvin Johnson, you've seen it off the bat, bro. It's just some different natural shit that he has.
It is. That's what I'm saying.
He's a physical freak. Don't get me wrong. Metcalf is. But Calvin Johnson was just built different, bro. The jumping ability, the way you could just throw it up against 3 niggas and he's going to
You can do that with Metcalf. You don't see that with Metcalf? You tripping, bro. Oh, my gosh.
Metcalf is a technical route runner, but he don't go up and get that ball like my man.
You ain't been watching him enough.
He don't go up and get that ball like my man do.
Man, you keep watching.
No, you ain't been watching.
Keep watching.
He's a good route runner, dominant route runner. Trust me, he gonna get open. But you telling me?
You remind me of Megatron. I'm telling you, bro. You'll see.
Oh my, Megatron is a top 3 receiver all time.
I'm not taking that away from him. I'm not. I'm not dismissing any of what you're saying. But I'm telling you, I see the talent in DK Metcalf, bro. I see it.
I see the talent too. I'm gonna stop. I see the talent, but when y'all throw somebody like Megatron in there, that's when it kind of get personal because Megatron was.
But think about it this way, bro. Since Megatron, we haven't seen anybody else like him. So the fact that this is the first person that I'm actually bringing up, it can't be you know I'm coming for real. Because it's not like this is the second or third person we've tried to say is somewhat like him. No, this is the first person I can think of that is showing me true Megatron type shit for real. I haven't seen any other receiver other than DK Metcalf make me look and say, damn, he reminded me of Calvin, bro, for real.
I need more time. I can't give it to him right now, bro. It's too early. Bro.
I'll accept that.
I can't give it to him. I haven't seen Megatron. Is he a physical freak? Yes. Megatron, I haven't seen Megatron vibes, bro. So I'm gonna wait a year or two before
I understand that.
Before I consider this conversation. Is he a top 3 wide receiver in the league right now? I think yes, he's behind D-Hop. So I would put 2 out for that poll.
Yeah.
But yes. That's a good question, though. That was a good debate question. I just can't go with it right now.
We can put that on Twitter, too. We can put that on Twitter.
All right, and that was 70 or 67% too wild for the decaf is the best wide receiver. 67% too wild.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
well,
already know.
that's probably because niggas got not decaf, but D-Hop at one, probably.
Yeah. The Steelers are the most complete team in the NFL. Too wild or not too wild?
I said too wild, but they're not far off. Who I have as the most complete team right now would be Seattle.
Their defense is terrible.
I got Seattle.
I have the Steelers. I honestly put this because it's been really tough. Because I truly do not like Big Ben. So it's tough for me to give him credit. But he has been looking solid. So I'll have to give that man his due. He's been looking good. And you already know that defense is top 3. Damn, might be number 1 in the league. So if you put that together in a playoff run, I think it looks good how they playing. They got the smash and dash type of backfield with Benny Snell and James Conner now. I like what I'm seeing with that offense, man. And they got the weapons too. So it's just like, I think that's the most complete team. The most complete team. I feel like it was the Ravens a couple of weeks ago. It was the Chiefs the week after that, after they smashed the Ravens. But right now, after everything I've seen through 5 weeks, got to give it to the Steelers right now. Got to. So who would you say? Who do you say?
I said Seattle.
Yeah. All right. And that was 53% too wild. So
that was a close one.
Very close, very close. Alex Smith will be the starting quarterback for Washington through the rest of the season.
Oh, wait. Ain't got no choice. Not too wild.
They could go back to Haskins.
Not too wild. not too wild. I like Haskins. I got respect for him. I want him to be able to play, but not too wild.
Yeah, that's not too wild. Moving on.
How many people voted for that one?
Oh, yeah, that was 69%, not too wild. Moving on. The Colts should bench Phillip Rivers. Too wild or not too wild?
Not too wild. We talked about it. not too wild.
Not too wild. This had a lot of votes, too. And this was 54% not too wild. So this was a close one.
Damn, that was close, too?
It was a close one because there was a lot of people in the replies was like, who are they going to replace him with? Who are they going to replace him with? And I was like, y'all don't like Brissett no more? Like, damn, we can't go back to Brissett. It was one dude under the comments. He was talking about Jacob Eason, who got drafted out of Washington. I don't really like him, but I like Jacoby. So if you want to get rid of Rivers, you got Jacoby. Because I think Phillip Rivers loses you games. Mm-hmm. Jacoby Brissett doesn't lose you games, in my opinion. He ain't going to fuck the game up.
Yeah, he keeps winning them, if anything.
Yeah, so he's not going to fuck the game up. He's not a turnover machine. And their roster is good. Like, they have the weapons. They have the backfield. They have the offensive line. They have the defense. I think their defense is number 1 in the league right now. Yeah. But Phillip Rivers is holding them back, like I said before. So I think throwing in Jacoby, if you want to go super young, I guess Eason. But I like Brissett if you want to make an immediate change right now. And I've been seeing this. And this goes along with my Trevor Lawrence theory about him going to the Jets. They said that the Jets could potentially trade Darnold to the Indianapolis Colts. Whoa. Do you like it?
Yeah. Anywhere but the Jets right now is the upside. Anywhere but the Jets. You already lost your running game with Le'Veon, so
that's fact.
Might as well just completely rebuild at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him with the Colts most.
And it's sad because Sam Darnold is supposed to be your rebuild, and you got to rebuild from your rebuild.
I don't think it would be that bad. I think Darnold could come in and actually win games because
he can, but it's like it's the Jets, so you got to rebuild from a rebuild.
Yeah. All right, bro. Let's move on. And that was 54% too wild. I don't know if I said it out yet. The AFC North and NFC South will have 3 teams that will make the playoffs. Too wild or not too wild?
Too wild. I don't see the Panthers making the playoffs. So
they're in 2 right now. They're looking solid. I ain't gonna count. They're looking solid.
I don't see the Panthers making the playoffs based off of their schedule as opposed to other NFC team schedules. I just don't see them being consistent enough. If they do, hey, shout out to Teddy because I like Teddy. But AFC North, shit. The way the Browns playing, I agree they might be that surprise team. So I wouldn't be surprised for the AFC North, but the NFC South, nah.
Not too wild. I think the Panthers with seven playoff spots in the NFC, I think the Panthers will get in this season, bro. Because like I said, the NFC East, garbage. The NFC North, which nobody talks about the division, mid. The Bears, you know what I'm saying? They all right. Obviously, you got Green Bay above everybody in that division. And then the NFC West, you got Seattle and Cardinals are three.
I got the three teams out of there making it. So I got, not in order, but I got Seattle. Well, damn, San Francisco, I don't know no more.
San Francisco looking like some shit. But you got the Rams, too, though.
The Rams. So I got Seattle, the Rams, and
the
Cardinals. And then I got the Bucks, the Saints, the Packers, and for that 7th spot, damn.
Did you say the Bears?
Nah, damn. Who would get that 7th? Ooh,
they could be battling that out right now.
Oh, who did I put? Our predictions. We could look at our predictions later. I forgot who else I put in there.
Oh no, I got them right here, my boy. Don't even fret. I got
every team I said. I think I said that first, but I'm missing one.
Don't even fret. So who you have for the NFC? NFC, you had the Bucks, the Saints, the Cardinals, the Packers, the 49ers, the
that's what it was.
And the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's what it was, the Cowboys. And instead of LA, I had San Francisco, but now that San Francisco riddled with injuries, that's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, and I had the Bucks, Green Bay, Saints, Cowboys, 49ers, Vikings, and Cardinals. Vikings and 49ers looking like some shit. So, those 2 L's. But moving on to the next one, which was Matt Ryan will be traded to the San Francisco 49ers by next season. Too wild or not too wild? Not too wild.
I don't like Matt Ryan like that, but he's an experienced vet. Put him around enough. I can't even say put him around enough talent because shit. But yeah, maybe it's just time. It's time for Matt Ryan to get out of Atlanta, period. So I don't see that being too wild. I feel like Atlanta needs a fresh start at quarterback. This is why I'm going to keep boosting this Cam prediction as much as possible until it happens.
I think Matt Ryan will be gone soon. They still got a lot of money tied to him, but I think the owner said he does want a fresh start at quarterback. So they will be moving off of him soon, bro. And so I would say not too wild. And that was 62% not too wild. And those were all of them for Too Wild Wednesday. So what are your rankings of the week?
Ooh, let me look. Rankings of the week.
I have the Packers, the Titans, the Seahawks, the Chiefs, and the Ravens.
I have who I got? Damn, man. I don't know who I got as my number one team.
Over there nervous, boy. What you doing over there, boy? You over there nervous, boy. What you doing?
Who I have as my number one team? I'm going to put Seattle right there right now. I got Seattle as number one team. I got Kansas City as number 2. I got Packers at number 3. Steelers at 4. Who I want at 5? I'll put Titans at 5. It was either going to be them or the Ravens.
Should have been a little higher than that. But all right, let's move on to the picks of the week for week 6. All right. First game, it's no Thursday night game, too. No Thursday night. I think the Bills were supposed to play. Bills in Kansas City, but it got pushed back to Monday at 5. So we got the Broncos and the Patriots.
think I chose the Broncos. I chose the Broncos for that.
I'm going with the Pats. Bears versus Panthers.
Bears.
Bengals versus Colts.
I'm going to go with Colts.
Yeah, Colts. Browns versus Steelers.
Steelers stay undefeated. I'm not picking the Browns 3 weeks in a row. I picked them twice.
Last week.
I didn't?
No. They played the Colts, so you picked the Colts.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm still gonna pick the Steelers.
I'm about to say, change your heart. What's going on here?
Still gonna pick the Steelers.
Tough one. I'm gonna go with the Browns, man. Let me keep rocking with them, man. They haven't lost in a few weeks. Give me the Browns. Falcons versus Vikings.
I'm never picking Atlanta ever again, so you can just pencil me in for the other team. So the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm going with the Vikings, man. Pitiful. Lions versus Jaguars.
Now, if I pick the Lions and the Jaguars actually win this time, I'm gonna be pissed. But I will go with the Lions.
Yeah, I got the Lions. Ravens versus Eagles.
Ravens
for sure.
Sorry, Derek, but team is ass.
He already knew. Texas versus Titans.
Titans
for sure. Washington versus the Giants.
Washington.
Giants look good last week. I'm gonna rock out with the Giants. Jets versus Dolphins.
Ooh, that's a trash can ass game. Dolphins.
Packers versus Bucks.
Ooh.
Game of the week look like.
I mean, my prediction already failed because I predicted us going undefeated for October, but I'm still stick with the Bucks.
I'm gonna go with the Packers. Rams versus 49ers.
Rams.
Chiefs versus Bills. Monday Night Football.
Ooh.
Or Monday afternoon football.
Damn. Ooh, that's hard. Josh Allen gonna bounce back. I got the Chiefs losing 2 weeks in a row. I got the Bills.
Pause, my boy. You was fucking me up with that one. You was fucking me up with that one. All right, let me get the Chiefs. Cardinals versus Cowboys.
Cardinals.
Cardinals. Ugh. Hold on. I think I picked a little quick here. Yeah, Cardinals, because the Cowboys defense is still trash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how we rocking out. All right, so those are the picks of the week. Let's move on to the MLB. Let's talk about the Rays, man. They're currently losing 4-2. They're up 3-0 in the ALCS right now, bro. What have you been seeing from them against the Astros?
This defense is amazing. I was telling you earlier, Kevin Kiermaier is leading the outfield right now with just how dominant he's been. I'm loving the entire defensive presence. The pitching is outstanding. I feel like we might lose tonight since we're down 4-2. What inning is it?
Bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, we're probably going to lose this one. So I told you earlier it was either going to be a sweep or a gentleman's sweep. So I feel like it'll be a gentleman's sweep, and we'll finish them the next game. But shout out to Tampa Bay Rays, man. We doing great. Florida sports, I got high hopes for everybody right now. So, yeah, that's my take on it. The Dodgers are still ahead of the Braves, I'm assuming.
The Braves is up in the series.
The Braves up? I thought the Dodgers.
The Braves up 2-0.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm tripping. I think the Dodgers were winning whatever game I was watching.
Oh, yeah. The Dodgers won today, 15-3.
Oh, so they won today. So it's 2-1 now in the series. Okay, that's where I got confused. I thought I thought the Dodgers took the lead in that series. But I got the Dodgers winning that whole series in general. I got the Dodgers winning.
I'm gonna rock out with the Braves, bro. I'm gonna just rock out with the Braves because that's my boy team, black team. Yeah. So I got the Braves and the Rays, bro. And I
got the Rays and the Dodgers.
And I got the Rays winning it all, though.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, man. When the last time they won a championship?
We ain't been to the World Series since
2009.
Yeah.
But we haven't won since when? Shit.
I don't think we ever won. We went, but I don't think we won, no.
I remember 09 vividly. 09.
Yeah, I do too. We went. We damn sure went. But
did we not get swept in that series?
Hold on, let me see.
I really feel like we got swept now. Or it was 4-1. Something like that. It definitely
I don't think we got one.
Yeah, I don't think it was that close.
Nah.
Or was it?
We got the AL pennant in 2008, and that was it.
What was the series with the World Series?
Oh, damn. I don't know. I got to type that in specifically.
I think they played the Phillies. That's when Ryan Howard was in his shit back in those days.
Yeah, we were playing the Phillies. Tampa Bay Rays versus Phillies. World Series 2008.
Yeah, it was 5 games, bro. It was 4-1.
Yeah, it was 4-1. I was hype as hell when we won the one game that we did win.
Yeah, it was 4-1. All right, bro. Let's move on to college football. Only thing I want to talk about them goddamn Gators. What the hell happened on Saturday, bro?
Man.
Who we lost to? Texas A&M?
Texas A&M. Texas A&M is nobody to turn your nose up at. It's an SEC game at the end of the day. And Texas A&M usually puts up a fight with us anyway. And, yeah, that's all I got to say about that. That run game, can't remember dude's name. But that running back for Texas A&M, he pressure. We did have a couple of injuries with our second unit for defense, so we couldn't get the rotations we wanted. But
none of that bullshit.
No, that's a legitimate excuse.
Their defense been looking ass the whole.
They were, but that's what I'm saying. Like, we couldn't get guys to rotate because of the secondary injuries that we had. So you had dudes literally out there the whole game. Like, some of them were out there the whole game. But that's still no full excuse to how they would just run the ball on us completely the entire game. And our secondary was getting torched too. Now that I don't have an excuse for. But the D-line, I feel like we gotta catch a break with that.
Please tell me why when we finally have an offense, our defense is ass. How does that work? We had a stout defense through the trash quarterback days. We finally get a decent one in trash, and we can't stop nobody? Can't stop a cold? Come on, my nigga.
I agree.
And I said it on Twitter. I'm going to say it again, bro. I haven't trusted a Florida Gators sports team since Tim Tebow. They going to find a way to fold. It don't matter who it is at quarterback. It don't matter who it is coaching. They're going to find a way to fold, man. I don't know what their problem is. But now, like a whole lot going on at UF, boy. This your school, but you better watch out because that corona is going around.
It is. I ain't even gonna lie to you. They had a press conference today and they said that the game for LSU this weekend is rescheduled for December 12th. They said they had that slot open just in case something like this did happen. So that December 12th slot was open for a TBD game anyway. So this just happens to be the game that it will be. So the Gators will not be playing at LSU this weekend. It got postponed because I think about between 21 to 25 players caught
29.
COVID. 29 players or players and staff?
They said 29 players have been exposed to COVID. 19 have it. So 29.
29 total been exposed, but 19 actually have it. So I feel like that came from the fact that we actually had fans in the stands. And I heard from a birdie that I ain't gonna say who told me. I heard from a birdie that there were players who did go out that weekend and stuff like that and were in clubs and stuff around people or just hanging out in general. So yeah, you get people that slip up, being around the wrong people, maybe not wearing a mask. Even if you are wearing a mask, you're just around the wrong people at the wrong time.
They weren't wearing a mask. If you walking in the bar, you're not safe at all. But this is what I will say, bro. I think it was a combination of both. It could have been that bar situation shit, but I think it was probably had a lot to do with that game. It was a lot. Was that game not packed? I think it was a full house at Texas A&M.
It wasn't a full house, but we definitely had people. It just looked like it from the TV.
Texas A&M.
From the TV view, it was like
that shit looked packed.
I don't know.
I think them niggas had 100%. I think them niggas had 100% capacity.
I don't know if
like
they
a lot of people. So I'm pretty sure, and none of them had on masks either. So I'm pretty sure COVID was in the air and it probably got on some of the players, bro. So here we are, 29 players have it, man. But this is what I really want to talk about, though. The game of the week. I'm so excited for this game. Alabama.
Well, I'm not excited anymore.
Why are you not excited?
Nick Saban got COVID.
Bump Nick Saban.
What do you mean?
I'm thinking about the talent on the field.
You're trusting a Nick Saban-less Alabama team.
What does Nick Saban do? Does he call plays?
Yes.
Does he call the defense?
Okay, Quincy.
No, he does not.
Okay.
He does not.
That's like trusting the Patriots without Bill Belichick on the sideline.
That is completely different.
No, it's not.
Bill Belichick actually calls plays. Nick Saban does not call plays.
Nick Saban has an influence on that defense.
He has an influence on
the
the
whole
team.
team.
Call plays.
All right.
Bill Belichick calls plays.
Okay.
That's why he got his son there. He just give his son the news. He's like, hey, this is what we running on defense. You know what I'm saying? Nick Saban is completely different, bro. Okay. I think the OC actually runs the plays and the DC actually calls the plays, man. So I don't think it'll be that big of a drop-off. Do I think they lose this weekend with him being out? Yes. But
okay, so you just proved my point.
I thought they were going to lose regardless. So it really didn't matter if he was playing or not, or coaching or not.
No, I had Bama winning.
Georgia too stout. Alabama defense ass.
I still low-key got Bama winning.
Who got Alabama winning?
Me. I still got Bama winning. Even without Nick Saban. Do I feel like it's going to be way more close? Yes. But I still got Bama winning.
You don't even believe that.
I do.
You don't even believe that. All right, bro. Because what I've seen from Georgia is the best team in the SEC. I don't care what the rankings say. Because on both sides of the ball, they look way better than anybody else. Because I don't know what happened to defense in the SEC, but it has really gone away. Nobody plays defense anymore except for Georgia. So I'm going to give it to Georgia, bro. They actually play defense, bro. But that's the game of the week, and I'm excited for it, bro. Even without Nick Saban, I'm still excited for it. All right, moving on to social media wants to know. Which team will end up signing Le'Veon Bell?
Patriots. I'm already calling it.
The Pats. Ooh, it's a lot of options, bro. He got a lot of options. I've been hearing the Chiefs in there now. I like the Bears. The Cardinals need a little running back too.
I like the Bears. I can see the Bears happening.
A possibility of returning to the Steelers. They say that's kind of up in the air too.
If that happens, I will laugh my ass off. I promise I will. I promise I will.
I will fuck with it. He got his money. Now he back to actually get
If Le'Veon Bell gets back on the Steelers, guess who been quiet this whole time? Guess who been quiet? We ain't heard from in a minute.
You talking about Antonio Brown?
Yeah, he finna be real vocal if Le'Veon get picked back up.
He gonna be vocal by it. He still got to serve his 8-game suspension or whatever.
It's AB. He's gonna be vocal. He's gonna be vocal.
I'm surprised he ain't been saying that. I'm surprised he ain't
exactly. So if Le'Veon get picked up by the team that he left, especially in the fashion that he left, oh yeah, AB is gonna start talking a lot more.
Who do I like? I think the Bears are the best fit and the one I think he can get the most touches in. So I would say the Bears, but I wouldn't be mad at the Chiefs either. I like the Patriots one, but the Patriots just have so many running backs, dog. Honestly, they're not to the caliber of what Le'Veon Bell was at his peak, but I think they're still productive running backs. James White, Rex Burkhead, Damian Harris looked great against the Chiefs. He had like 17 rushes for 100 yards. So it's like, they have a lot of good running backs over there. So I don't think they really need him like the Bears do over there. Because I think Tariq Cohen just got hurt for the Bears too. So they're in desperate need for a running back. And the next one is, who is the NFL MVP through week 5?
I got Russ.
I still got Russ too. All right. Moving on to entertainment, bro. I wanted to talk about this subject, bro, because Ice Cube getting a whole lot of heat for his agreement with Donald Trump, man. And he's basically pairing with Trump to create a platinum plan for racial economic justice. So he's trying to create Black empowerment, trying to create just some type of equality in this community. And a lot of people are bashing him because he's doing it with the Republicans and with Trump. And you know what this feels like to me, bro? This feels like when Jay-Z hooked up with the NFL and niggas was bashing him for that. It's like we didn't even wait and see what it was because we see Trump and we like, oh, nah, Trump. No, nah.
Yeah, with
Trump.
Jay-Z, it was like everybody was like, what you gonna do for Kaepernick? What you gonna do for Kaepernick? And he was like, this ain't really about Kaepernick. This is about something much bigger. And everybody was just like, nope. Like, you doing the opposite of what we want you to do. And I'm like, damn, y'all don't even want to see what this man got planned? Like, just chill.
But it is interesting because I want to take you through the whole process. It looks like he tried to do a sit down with both the Republicans and the Democrats and have some type of racial economic justice come from either party. He really didn't care which one it came from. It looks like the Democrats really wanted to stay on the same shit what they was on. They really didn't want to make any adjustments. But the Republicans had open arms and were willing to listen to what Ice Cube was saying. So that's why he's with Trump, and now he's on that side right now. But damn, I don't know how to feel. It's like I have to take a wait and see approach to see what comes from this. I can't just make a rash decision. I know Trump, a white supremacist. I know rapist, racist, all that shit. But I don't think he'll be working directly with Trump. I think he'll be working with somebody else. So I have to see what comes from it. I really do. Like, I can't make a rash decision off of it right now.
I agree because something my brother Joe always tells me, when it comes to dealing with certain people that you don't agree with or has a completely different agenda than you, take what you need, leave what you don't. We know what Trump is. We know what he stands for. But if an opportunity comes to where you can get to a middle ground with him, get to a middle ground. He a businessman at the end of the day. So if you come with him talking business, he'll work. He'll do what he need to do. So I feel like people who are judging Ice Cube right now, let's wait. We know what Ice Cube stand for. We know who Ice Cube.
And that's what's killing me. It's like y'all know what Ice Cube stand for. Y'all think he just switching sides?
Exactly. Like, especially quietly at that. Like, come on now. No, like the Ice Cube's whole music career through movie career all the way till now, we know what this man has stood for the Black community and everything. So if he's doing this, it's for good reason. And he's making the party that does not represent us well at all. If he's making them come to a middle ground to do something, I'm willing to sit back and wait. Now, once it unfolds and then I feel like I don't like it, then I'll speak up. But for right now, hey, what I see is it look like a good plan. So let's hold out. Let's just wait for a second.
But a lot of people, because they said they're going to come with him with a $500 billion investment to get the racial economic justice or whatever. And a lot of people are questioning if he would even see that money, if that money would even go to a grant to even help Black people at all. And we just haven't seen any track record of it before. So why when Ice Cube contacts you, now you want to get on it? Why you weren't trying to do anything for the Black community before? So will Ice Cube really make that much of a change? Or is he really just a token head for Trump? A lot of people are asking that question as well.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Trump let this news get out so that way he can get reelected or something like that. Because for the plan, it specifically said like over the next 4 years. Mm-hmm. We're in election season. So whoever wins president over the next 4 years, you get to stamp your name over anything good that happens over these next 4 years, damn near. Yeah. And that's Trump's whole thing right now. That's why he's trying to come out with this quote unquote cure for COVID that he's so much better with now and everything. So it just so happens now that this plan about racial equality and like helping Black folks out and the minority communities, we see this plan now coming out literally during election time with the work with the Republicans. So I don't feel like this is a coincidence.
Yeah. And it's funny that this video or this agreement was made the same day that the Dr. Umar video actually went viral. And Dr. Umar was he was on Nick Cannon's podcast and he was having the same conversation. He was like, if you don't have to like the president because he's just there to do business with, basically what you just said. So if you can get something from that president, it don't matter if you like him or not. If you can get something from him, and if he's going to try to push the Black agenda, or if you're going to, Ice Cube I'm speaking of, try to push the Black agenda through him, let's do it then. Let's start trying to like people from their personalities and let's actually listen to what they have to say.
And I tell people that all the time, like, it's not about who y'all like. It's not about who is the worst person outside of the White House. Like, well, this person done did this, and this conspiracies about this person doing this and that. Man, at the end of the day, what is this person's plan and how does it affect you? That's what you need to vote on. I don't give a damn if you like Biden. I don't give a damn if you like Trump. Like, I don't care if you like their families, their legacies, or whatever. Like, I don't care if you believe or don't believe their conspiracies for each person. What is the agenda that they're presenting, and does it affect you, and how does it affect you? That's what you need to vote on, regardless of who you vote for.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see, bro. Because like I said, it was the same. Give me the same feel of that Jay-Z NFL thing, because the NFL was known as this big entity. It's like, man, how can you really break through? Now Jay-Z just there to be a figurehead. He just there for the halftime shows, and it looks like he got Kaepernick to work out. I think he's doing some more stuff within the NFL. So it's like, okay, so he actually is making moves within the organization. So
Jay-Z ain't really the type to broadcast every single move he does.
Exactly.
Ever since that interview came out when he said he was going to be partnering with the NFL, that was what, like, that's almost been a year since that happened now, or just over a year, if anything. So who knows how much stuff Jay-Z has done in this amount of time that we just don't even know or haven't even heard about yet, unless you're reading really deep into that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we'll probably hear stuff that Jay-Z done did over these past 12 months. We probably won't hear till next year. Like, that's how quiet Jay-Z handles his business. If you find out, you find out. If you don't, you'll see eventually, even if my name not tagged to it. You'll see eventually.
Yeah. Definitely going to be interesting to see, bro. See how that works out for Ice Cube and the black community in general. But this is the news I really wanted to get to. Spider-Man.
Yes, sir.
Sony has announced
sir.
Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield will be in the new Spider-Man 3 movie.
Yes, sir. And I've been hearing this rumor for about 4 or 5 days now, but I waited. I was like, maybe it's just some fans talking about it. Maybe it's a popular fan page that just posted it. Nah, I'm seeing more and more sources say, no, this is legit. They have agreed to this and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I love Spider-Man. I don't think it's a grown person that loves Spider-Man more than me. That is my favorite superhero. I love Spider-Man, everything about him. So I'm loving this right now. I'm really loving it.
My nigga Tobey coming back in this thing. I love it, bro. I love it. They could have kept Andrew Garfield out. I really don't give a fuck about him, but my nigga Tobey is back. So
I feel like they all add a different element. They do. Andrew
Garfield more of the cool nigga. I honestly think what's the name is the best Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire. That's just me personally.
Yeah.
And I think Tom Holland is probably the best Peter Parker with the comics, most say. So everybody does give you something different, I would say.
I think Tom Holland is the perfect median. He's just enough Peter, like enough awkward nerdiness, and he's just enough Spider-Man to make you interested when it's action time. With Tobey Maguire, he played a good Peter Parker too, but Spider-Man, he just brought a whole different level to Spider-Man. And then Andrew Garfield, I was more interested in him as Peter Parker than I was Spider-Man. But Tom Holland, he just gives you such an equal balance of both.
I just feel like, and it's not even his fault or his acting or anything. I just feel like his Spider-Man is just too tech-based. I liked it more because did he even get bit by a spider? I don't even feel like he got bit by a spider.
He did.
Because why is everything so technology? It's like the shit don't come out of his wrist or nothing like that.
Because in the comic books, that's how it was. He never originally had it come out of his wrist in the comic books. Those were always designed. Like the wall crawling ability, the super strength, the super healing, that's what came from the spider bite. It was the web shooting that he had to make himself. So the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, that's a different version of Spider-Man that actually happened. But I do like that Spider-Man better. I like when it actually comes out of his arms. Huh?
I said, I fuck with that. I like that way more. I fuck with that way more coming out your skin than I do with the what's name.
But I know why they did that with Tom Holland, because he's for this next generation of Marvel that we're gonna see over this next 10 years, because the Endgame, all that shit's over now. Like Iron Man, Thor, and Cap.
Even though he is being built as the next Iron Man.
Yeah, he's being built as the next Iron Man, so you have to infuse all of that tech. He was his apprentice, like Iron Man had him under his wing, so he's supposed to be the next leader of whatever the group of Avengers is going to be over the next 10 years.
I heard that this might be Tom Holland's last movie with Marvel. I think they said this might be his last one. So I don't even think that plan even going to rock moving forward.
And nobody has switched actors more than Spider-Man.
But you just said he the perfect medium. So damn, do you want to switch mid-series?
I think he is the perfect medium. I don't think he should stop. But if he wants to,
because I heard he wants to start more serious roles, and we seen him in that one movie on Netflix, something about the devil or some shit like that. I ain't watching yet, but he's in that movie on Netflix, so he wants to get into more serious roles. I'm hearing, and that's why he's trying to leave Spider-Man behind. So we're gonna see if that happens. It's not confirmed, but that's the scuttlebutt, I would say. It's gonna be interesting, but I'm definitely excited for this movie.
I'm excited too.
2021.
Everything getting pushed back right now. I honestly
don't know when it's coming out.
I thought Avatar was going to finally come out 2022.
You like Avatar? You don't look like an Avatar dude. You like Avatar?
Hell yeah. Who didn't like Avatar? Greatest selling movie of all time. You didn't like Avatar?
Too slow.
Whoa.
Too snoozy.
Whoa.
I can't even get through that movie no more. The first time I watched it, it was cool.
Oh yeah, you can't watch it on TV no more. It's too many commercials.
No, but even before then, it was just like, man, I'm watching it on Blu-ray, DVD, and I'm like, snooze. It's too slow.
It's one of the longest movies I've ever seen. I think it is 3 hours, but
Endgame was 3 hours, and it kept my attention the whole time.
Because Endgame had so many movies leading up to this final moment. That's why. Avatar, it was just, this your first experience, and it's 3 hours. That's the difference.
Man.
But Avatar 2, finna go hard.
It got Zoe side down again?
Low-key might sell. I would imagine so. I haven't heard that she's not in it, so I would imagine so. But low-key might sell better than the first one.
They can't go to the theaters though. If it drops,
by the time that shit come out, we better be back in the theaters.
Nah, you don't understand, bro. I think people are done with theaters in general.
Oh, don't say that. Don't say that.
No, because that's really the news right now, and a lot of people are coming to the agreement that movie theaters are coming to its end, bro.
No,
everything
don't say
is starting
that.
to slide because you even see with that new movie that's about to come out with Amari Hardwick and Loretta Devine. What's that shit called?
I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name of it.
That movie called Spell. Like that shit starting to come out on streaming devices now, or like streaming platforms.
But they're charging like $30 for you to buy it.
How much it costs to get into a movie? So they're making their money back with that regardless. They're making their money back.
But it's not the same, bro. It's not
the same, but it's what is going to happen, bro. People don't like the movie-going experience anymore, bro.
But there's way more opportunities to bootleg watching the movie in your own home. You know how many people can jailbreak a Fire Stick and still watch that movie for free? Like, movie sales.
I think it matters how many views they get. I think it matters the watches.
It's going to matter about how many people pay for it, bro. Because you got to think, all the actors and everything, they still got to make commission off of that. Like, they still got to make they pay off of that.
You don't know how the streaming works, though. You don't know how the streaming works. We don't know that algorithm yet, or how even works, how it works to pay.
It's not going to equate to the box office, bro. It's not.
Bro, do you know how bad Tenet did?
That's Tenet.
Tenet did bad in box office. Now it's supposed to be a hit.
No, bro, that you can't count that because we're not at full capacity at going back to movies yet.
But I'm saying, like, it's not going to be the same when we go back.
But yes, it will.
It will not be the same.
If they make an announcement tomorrow saying movie theaters can be back to 100% like capacity, you're going to see the most people going to the movies that we ever seen in the past however many years.
And 50% are going to walk out with COVID. Niggas is not going to the theater.
That's not going to take away from the fact that how many people go.
Bro, I'm talking about Corona is going to scare you to not go to the theaters no more, bro. And the movie going experience is not the same. It's not. Or do you feel like it's the same as when you were a kid? The movie going experience is still the same.
I am a movie going. You know this. I always tell you when I go
to the movies every Tuesday. I love the movies. I go to
the movies every week. Like, that's my therapy. Going to the movies is my therapy.
I go every Tuesday, but I still feel like the movie going experience is not the same.
It is for me. It is for me.
It's not the same. The movie's not hitting, and it's easier ways to people to get it. If they ain't got to get up off their couch, niggas are going to go with that option than actually having to get up, go to the movie.
But that's my point. You're
like
making
that.
it even worse now to completely cancel out the theater. The way that you just said it's easier for people to access the movie like without having to go to the theater. And like having it open still leaves that open spot for people who still go and actually pay traditional at the movies. Once you cancel that completely, you're just opening the floodgates of people who can actually watch your movie for free. They're going to find a way to watch all these movies.
Watch it for free. I'm telling you, when it comes to streaming, they don't go by subscriptions. The actual streaming platform, like that's how they get paid. But how many times your movie gets viewed is how the actors and all them niggas get paid. That's how they get paid. It depends on views. For the streaming platforms, they go by subscriptions. So like the Apple TV, they go by subscriptions. But if your movie goes by the views, the streams, and shit like that. That's how they getting paid. And that's why I think it will go moving forward, going with the movies.
I don't know, bro. You get rid of movie theaters. That's terrible. Like, that's a terrible experience. Like, every new movie you watch now, you just watching it in your living room. You don't get the full surround sound, the giant screen no more. You're fine with not having that no more.
It's coming soon.
You're fine with just watching.
Like I said, I go every Tuesday, bro. I'm telling you, I am like the biggest movie fan you probably know. But it's something that you will have to come to terms with because it's coming soon.
I don't think that'll happen, bro. If that happens, I'm terrified. I will be terrified.
For what? You still gonna get the movie?
No, bro. The experience, bro. I have to have that experience. I have to. And I'm telling you, it's not gonna be the same. The way box office numbers do, this streaming shit, it's not, at least for now. Immediately, it's not going to be that. Now, over years, they'll find a way for it to reach the way box office is hit. But for the next 5 years, it's not going to be like that.
I have to see how that Spell movie gets paid, how their box office or however it gets paid for that movie. I want to see how they get paid in the box office numbers for that because they're going straight to Apple TV, I want to say, or Amazon Prime or whatever. So I want to see how they get paid first moving forward. But if that does good, if that's a hit, oh boy, that's niggas gonna be.
But it's like they dropped Mulan on Disney Plus. You gotta pay like $20 or $30 to watch Mulan, and it's coming out in 6 months for free. Like by December, Mulan will be on Disney Plus for free, but they're charging you like almost $30 if you want to watch it right now. Nobody's gonna pay $30 just for the movie. When you go to the movies, everything rounds up to about $30 to $40. Your tickets, your snacks, your drinks, all that rounds up to about $30.
You just made your own point, my boy. That shit already adding up to $20 already. So shit, if I pay this $20, fuck it. I'm already gonna pay that anyway.
So you're gonna pay $20 to watch a movie?
I'm watching it ahead of it's coming out, and is that what you're saying? I'm watching it before it comes out. Yeah, I'm gonna pay $20 to watch it in December. Damn, I can watch it 5 months earlier for $20. Why not? Me and you aren't paying for it, but niggas is paying for that, bro. Man. Niggas is paying for that for sure.
No, I know way more people who gonna bootleg it on their Fire Stick and watch it for free and not pay anything. Shout out to D-Quiz.
We gonna have to see, bro. All right, bro. Let's move on to Pass the Aux, bro. What's your song of the week?
My song of the week for Pass the Aux. I got put onto this. Shout out to Jada Watts. She put me on the Tootsie. I think that's how you say his name. Tootsie or Tootsie. I don't know how the hell.
Tootsie.
But what's the name of that song? Poetic Pain. I fuck with it. Fuck with it. All
right. And mine is Poetry Jam by Cicero and Foggy Raw. Been listening to a lot of Cicero lately. Definitely been liking what I'm hearing. So I'm going to keep rocking with that. Poetry Jam. And I think that is it for the podcast. Do you have anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, bro. You can hit it with the social media.
You can follow us on Twitter at QE Podcast 1. You can follow us on Instagram at Q_and_E_podcast. You can follow and like our Facebook page, Q&E Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click the notification bell and hit all so you can see anytime that we drop new episodes. Our email, QANDEpodcast@gmail.com for any business inquiries, questions, concerns, fan mail. We'll make sure to get back to you on there as soon as possible. Quincy's Twitter is Q_Hicks3. Mine is Edgar Martin 97. You can follow Quincy on IG at Q Hits Production. You can follow me at Edgar Martin Official. Shout out to Blue Collar Media and MTMV Sports.
Yes, and subscribe to us on all of our podcast platforms. Wherever you listen to podcasts, we are there. Our main ones are Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So wherever you listen, we are there. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Type in Quincy Hicks into the search bar. I'm the first name that comes up. Definitely subscribe. Up to 52 subscribers, bro. So shout out to all y'all that have been subscribing. Yeah, definitely clap that up. And we're at 101 subscribers. So we finally got over that 100 hump for the YouTube channel.
Yes,
so we definitely appreciate y'all for that as well, man. And I think that is it. Yeah, that's it. And we appreciate y'all for listening. And we out. Peace.